What's going on YouTube? Kamikazevondoom here with another Division 2 video, and I'm just checking in on you. How you doing? What's going on? Now it is Tuesday, so this is going to be your weekly vendor reset and must-buys for today, January 17th. So like always, sit back, relax, grab that popcorn. Don't forget to hit that like, subscribe if you haven't already, and let me know what you think in the comment section below. Now, a lot of you like how I just skip around and just show you the best buys. So again, this week, let me know in the comments if you like this format. But if you want me to go back to the old format where I just do a deep dive into every piece of gear, then let me know that as well. Because gauging on whether a lot of people like it or not, that's gonna, dictate the future. So, like always, let's jump into this. Here we go. And for our first vendor, we are at the base of ops. Here we go. So must buys, things to look at from the base of ops vendor. First up, the burnout. This is the named FAMAS with perfectly on empty. Now this one comes with damage targets at a cover, which is relatively high. So if you want this weapon, just pick it up, max out the assault rifle damage, and then just optimize that health and damage targets at a cover. And then the only other one to take a look at is the CTAR. We have a CTAR with Ranger and damage targets at a cover as well. So again, you could use this one. This time I would say max out the assault rifle damage and then just optimize that damage targets at a cover. Utilize the CTAR and have a lot of fun. But alright, that is the base of ops vendor. Let's move on to the next. And next up is our countdown vendor. Here we go. Now remember, the countdown vendors in Washington, D.C. and New York City. Here we go. So the countdown vendor comes with 3 named items. We have the mechanical animal. This is the named SIG with perfect future perfection. There we go. Now this one comes with max stability. That's not a good attribute to have for this, and the other attributes are very low. So I would just skip this one entirely. Then we have a Night Watcher. This is the named Heligard mask with that 100% scanner pulse haste. Now this one comes with decent attributes. Again, they're fairly low. And then that health roll is just not what you'd want to see here. So again, I'd pass on this one as well. And then finally, we have the Matador. Now, the Matador is the named Walker and Harris backpack with perfect adrenaline rush. So whenever you get close to an enemy, you get bonus armor. This one's not bad, actually. It has the max weapon damage for the core attribute, and then comes with weapon handling and skill damage. Now, what you could easily do here is you could throw it on a skill damage hybrid, something like the capacitor, test subject, something like that, and then just re-roll this weapon handling off for like crit chance, crit damage, headshot, whatever you want. Now, the other side of that is I would say throw this on a SMG build. Now, hear me out, right? So on SMGs, you already get a very high crit chance on those. So you're not necessarily going to need crit chance on all the pieces of gear on your build for SMG because you're more than likely to max out crit chance fairly easy. So what you could do here is re-roll that skill damage off for like say crit damage, and then you could have crit damage weapon handling on a SMG build with max crit chance, and then you could utilize that weapon handling for your SMG, whether it be swap speed, reload, accuracy, stability, the wakes. All right. So that is your countdown vendor. Let's jump over. Alrighty, the next vendor is going to be your clan vendor. So again, shout out to the DoD, Disciples of Doom. We are on all platforms. You can hit me up on Discord or in the DMs for a clan spot. All right, here we go. Clan vendor. So must buys, things to look at from the clan vendor, starting off with the Ekham's long stick. This is a great pickup. It comes with perfect ranger. It already has max armor damage and headshot. So all you have to do is pick this one up and recalibrate that marksman rifle damage to max. and you have a fully god rolled sniper. I mean, this is pretty damn good. I'd pick this one up right away. In fact, I'm going to pick one up just because I don't have one. Now, the next one you want to look at is the Striker Mask. Now, this Striker Mask has decent crit hit damage. Now, what you could do here is you could either buy one to max out the weapon damage or buy one to switch it to armor. Now, that 10.3 crit hit damage is not max. However, 2 or 3 optimizations would max that out. So you could easily run an armor core and then take advantage of that crit hit damage. Now, next up, we have the right here, the Araldi Holdings chess piece. Now, this one caught my attention because it came with Intimidate. Now, I don't know if you've been watching the PTS at all, but the brand new gear set, the Hot Shot, gives you bonus armor quite frequently. And if you have bonus armor that frequent, every time you go near an enemy, you could start proccing your Intimidate. And with this being Araldi Holdings, I would probably pick this one up just so that you could reroll that hazard off for, say, headshot damage. And then just utilize weapon handling with headshot, run around with this and a hot shot build. I mean, I don't know. It could work, especially if you did that with, like, say, like the Memento. Man, if you did the Memento with the hot shot 4-piece and this chess piece with Intimidate, I mean, oof, that would be dirty. Did I already buy one? Let me see. No, I didn't. All right. I'm actually going to buy one because I want to test that out whenever this update goes live. All right. And then that is it for your clan vendor must buys and things to look at. So, yeah, let's make another jump. Alrighty, now we are at the campus settlement. Let's jump over here. Boom. So now at the campus settlement, must buys, things to look at. First up, we have the Scalpel. This is the named marksman rifle with future perfection. Now this one comes with maxed out armor damage already, and you have that future perfection talent, so you could easily just max out the marksman rifle damage and then just optimize that headshot to max, and then you'd have a maxed out Scalpel if you wanted it. Next up, we have a Paratrooper SVD that I wanted everyone to take a look at. This one comes with damage targets out of cover and Optimist. Now, we all know that with the upcoming gear set, we're going to want those spamming marksman rifles, or you want to sit back with like a really high hitting sniper. But this Paratrooper SVD is a great choice. It has a high RPM, high damage number, and having this Optimist would work out perfect. That way you could just spam, and then the more headshots, the more damage. You got it. So I'm going to pick that one up to test that one out as well. And then also I wanted everyone to take a look at this Brazos de Arquebus holster. Now this holster comes with skill damage and skill haste. And not only that, but if you run 2 things of Brazos, you get skill haste and a skill tier. So this would be perfect for those, skill builds or skill hybrid builds, something like that. So definitely take a look at this holster. I highly recommend you take a look at it. Brazos de Arquebus with skill damage and skill haste on there. You could easily just re-roll that armor off for a skill tier, and then you're good to go. All right, and that is it for the campus. Let's start out with our, Dark Zone vendors? Let's go. Now, as we approach Dark Zone West, I wanted to talk about DZ resources. Now, each of these Dark Zone vendors, all of the items they sell require DZ resources to purchase. So again, to check out your DZ resources, go to your resource tab, and just above your keys are your Dark Zone resources. So you can see right here, you can hold up to 999 DZ resources. And sadly, I only have 54. However, if I find something that I like from one of these vendors, I will jump into the Dark Zone and start farming those resources. Now remember, to get Dark Zone resources, you can deconstruct contaminated gear in your bag to convert it to Dark Zone resources, and then you can extract. Or you could run around and open up those little blue boxes and get Dark Zone resources like that. But nevertheless, let's talk about Dark Zone West. Here we go. And first up is going to be a must buy, the Emperor's Guard knee pads. Womp womp womp, bop bop. Now, the reason I am saying pick these up right now is because of the brand new Ninja Bike Messenger backpack that will be introduced in Season 11, Title Update 17. Because if you are wearing that Ninja Bike Messenger bag and you are wearing these knee pads, you would get armor regen, and then from the brand set bonuses, you would get skill duration and repair skills to go with the repair skills that are on these knee pads. So you could easily just re-roll the skill tier off for a armor core and then wait for the Ninja Bike Messenger knee pads to come out. You could have the Emperor's Guard basically with armor regen and double repair skills just for wearing the one item, which could do well with like a armor regen, damage, healer type of hybrid. And that's like the best thing that the Ninja Bike offers is different hybrid builds. But nevertheless, Emperor's Guard knee pads right here, Dark Zone West, pick them up, meow. Next up, we have a military M870. Now, the reason why I wanted to showcase this one is it comes with Flatline. Now, remember, Flatline will amplify your weapon damage to pulsed enemies. Not only that, but this military M870 comes with a long underbarrel rail, so you can put a linked laser pointer on this bad boy, and then all you have to do is aim this shotgun at someone, it'll pulse them, and then boom, boom, they're dead. Pretty simple. All right, anything else worth mentioning? I mean, this Walker and Harris isn't bad, these knee pads. They come with headshot and skill damage. Now, you could use this with a capacitor build with, some skill pieces as well, and utilize the weapon damage. And then, obviously, when the Ninja Bike comes out, you could utilize weapon damage and damage to armor with this one piece of gear. And then you could easily just re-roll that weapon damage to a skill tier and use this on a skill build. Just saying. Just saying. But all right, that is Dark Zone West. Let's take a trip to the south. Ooh boy, that's right. We made it down south to the DZ South. Anyways, let's jump over here. Must buys, things to look at from Dark Zone South. And the only item, the only one I am going to recommend is this one right here, the TDI Card Custom. I've heard time and time again from people saying they are farming for this pistol. You can pick it up right now, Dark Zone South, for 152 DZ resources. Now, there are a whole bunch of other items from this vendor, but I mean, even the Y'all chest piece, they're all pretty garbage. So I would say just over here, DZ South, TDI Card Custom, pick it up, right meow, and let's jump over to the east side, Dark Zone East. And here we are, Dark Zone East. This is going to be the last of the Dark Zone vendors. Here we go. So, must buys, things to look at from the Dark Zone East vendor. Well, they have a pair of SVDs here. They have a Commando, which is the named SVD, and then they have a Paratrooper SVD. Now, this Paratrooper SVD is not as good as the other one I showed you earlier. I think it was at the campus settlement. And then this Commando is okay. It does come with damage targets out of cover and perfectly naked. However, the attribute rolls are just so low, it would take you quite some time to optimize it. But nevertheless, they are here, DZ East. Now, these other items are just not worth mentioning. I mean, take this Y'all Gear mask, for example, right? You almost have a, God rolled crit damage roll on here. But then, even if you rolled that explosive resistance to crit chance, you could have maxed out crit chance crit damage. But then look at that core attribute. I mean, it's sitting at 77,000, and the max is 170,000. So you are so far off with that armor roll that you'd probably have to optimize that thing 6 or 7 times. And in my opinion, I don't really think it's worth it. But if you want a Y'all Gear mask with double crit, this is your opportunity. It's just going to take you a lot of optimization materials to max that sucker out. But all right, so that is it for your Dark Zone vendors. Let's jump over to the theater. Here we go one more time. Everybody's feeling fine. The theater settlement. Here we go. Yo, and contractor's gloves. All right, so here's another great pickup. So contractor's gloves, however, it does come with health. So womp womp. I know, I know. So you could pick these yeah, I guess. You could pick these gloves up, reroll the health off for whatever attribute you want, and then just optimize the ever living hell out of the weapon damage. So pick these up, reroll the health, optimize the weapon damage. Yep, there you go. Now, anything else? Not really. So, contractor's gloves over here at the theater settlement. Pick them up. However, it does come with health. So, yeah, it is what it is. All right. That is it for Washington, D.C. Now it's time to go and take our talents up north to New York City. Here we go. All right, so because the last two vendors are here at the Haven settlement, we're done skipping around. So here we go. Here's Marco at the top of the escalator whenever you spawn over here at the Haven. And must buys, things to look at from Marco, I'm actually going to say nothing. None of these things really caught my eye. Even right here, here's another great example. Here's a Bellstone Armory mask with really high crit hit damage right there. But again, just like that Y'all mask, it comes with a crazy low armor roll, and then it also comes with explosive resistance. So even if I wanted to make this mask great, I would have to re-roll that explosive resistance off for armor regen or crit chance, whatever. And then I would have to optimize that armor like 6 or 7 times just to get it to max. So, I mean, again, there's nothing worth getting over here at Marco. All right. So, our last vendor is going to be Roy Benitez. So, I hope you enjoyed. If you haven't already, hit that like, subscribe, and don't forget to pet the dog. Interact with the dog. Show him some love. What's going on, buddy? Or her. Just show the dog some love. There we go. Now check, see if there's food. Water bowl kind of looks empty. Whatever. But the dog's happy, wagging his tail. All right, buddy. See you later. And finally, Roy Benitez. Here we go. Now, I haven't looked at Roy Benitez yet. So let me just go through it really quick. Okay. All right, so Roy Benitez must-buys and things to look at. Check out this military AKM. It comes with damage targets at a cover and measured on a AKM. That could be a lot of fun to check out. So, I mean, it's right here, Roy Benitez. Check it out. Next up, we have a Black Market Imp 60 with maxed out armor damage with the damage targets at a cover and close and personal. Now, you could easily throw this on like a super tank build and just get in someone's face and get that close and personal to proc. I mean, you get that and this thing is off to the races. However, the LMG damage and damage targets at a cover rolls are very low. So just remember that you would have to max out that LMG damage with the recalibration and then optimize that damage targets at a cover to 10%. Okay, next one is right here, the Petrov backpack. Now this one comes with Wicked, crit chance, and headshot damage. You could easily use this with the Carnage and a Ridgeway's Pride build. So pick this one up. This is perfect. Not only that, but if you wear this with the contractor's gloves, you would get the LMG damage and you would get the weapon handling. Looking at the mods, nothing of substance. But all right. So Petrov backpack, wicked crit chance headshot, M60 maxed out armor damage close and personal, and then the military AKM with damage targets at a cover and measured. But all right, that is it for Roy Benitez, and that is it for my weekly vendor reset. I mean, this was a pretty damn good week. I mean, think about it, people. We have the Emperor's Guard knee pads, the TDI card custom, the contractor's gloves, the Matador. I mean, the list just goes on and on. These pretty good named items. I'm not kidding. I mean, these are all pretty top tier named items that you want in your inventory and your stash. But nevertheless, if you found this video helpful or informative in any way, shape, or form, please hit that thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel. We have already hit 61,000 subscribers, so we're making our way to 62. And let me know what you think in the comment section below. But without further ado, I am Kamikazevondoom. I'll see you in the next one. Take care, everyone. Peace.